Now, if you don't value $40, you could go ahead and pick up this set right now. With 124 pieces, set 75358 is the Tenoo Jedi Temple from Young Jedi Adventures, which is like a show that they aired on Disney Plus or something. This thing exists now, and you can have yourself little Yoda who looks like he's going to strangle you in your nightmares. Let's begin. Now, obviously, we have Nightmare Fuel Master Yoda here with some white garbs, which actually look very nice. Unfortunately, once you get above those garbs, you've got his classic green lightsaber, but you get to freakish cartoon category, where you kind of just want to throw this in a corner and never look at it again. Now, our next minifigure is Sky Brightstar here with a bit of a soda can of some sorts as like a communication device with the same sort of white garment that Yoda was wearing, except this time with some different printing and a little bit of extra detailing in the fact that he does have a cape transition, and on the back he has the continuation of that sort of rope-like cape. Otherwise, it's an interesting youngling figure, which we do get 2 of in this set, so if you plan on just hoarding a bunch of younglings, you have that going for you. The other one is Lis Soleil, which I think is the first time that we've gotten a Pantoran in a set, which is quite interesting that this would be the set to do it, but still, it's an interesting minifigure to get, with a gold and purple lightsaber, which we don't really see that combination ever. I don't think they've ever done that, so that's pretty interesting, with a swap of a color palette, and I think this outfit looks a bit better. The transition to the cape also looks much nicer. The back, however, is just the same with that color swap, so nothing too crazy about this minifigure, but the hairpiece is definitely something to look out for because it is something very unique, and also a nice stylized design. This set also includes a very impractical training droid because realistically all it can do is spin, so you could just duck out of the way every time it's coming around and basically learn nothing from it. The speeder, quite honestly, is a horrible design. You can realistically fit quite a few minifigures on it, which I think is the only plus of this thing, with a small clip for a lightsaber. Problematically, though, it doesn't make sense that there would realistically be a speeder at the Jedi Temple, but who am I to judge? And last but not least, at least in the training department, we have everybody's favorite training location, the Slanted Rocks. Now, I know what you're thinking. What could possibly beat the Slanted Rocks? I mean, the rocks stand up, and then they tilt to the side. Absolutely incredible play feature, I must say. Genuine opinion, I think this is a 10 of the set, and the only saving grace of the set, if I had to say anything. And finally, we have the temple itself, which I think actually looks pretty nice with all the printed pieces that it has. It has a little bit of greenery. You, of course, have this rock, which can raise and... well, I just lowered it, but you get the point. You can use it as a bit of a force object. On the back, you have a little bit of a kitchen area with some blue milk and a cookie in a frying pan. Doesn't make too much sense, but who doesn't love some grilled cookies, apparently? We also have these bunk beds with a bit of a ladder so that you can access them more easily, and a bit of a crystal storage with 2 lightsabers. Pretty interesting little temple design. I think it works. Now, this set definitely has its fair share of problems, but before I start complaining more, this is a 4+ set. So it does make sense that this is a simplified build. It does make sense that, well, many of the things that you'd expect from a traditional set to be removed in place of like simpler building techniques and something that's more focused on play features. And I think in that department, you've got yourself the rock, you've got yourself the spinning droid, you've got yourself a speeder, you've got yourself these twisting rocks. And I think for that, having a lot of diversity in what you can do is actually quite a neat thing that this playset does correct. On the whole, it's a horrible set to purchase, but I think that there's definitely a variety to this set that does give it a plus. Should anybody realistically buy this ever? No, they should not. They should throw this just back onto the shelf where they found it and never look at it again. But that was my opinion. I'm horrible at reviews, so nobody will probably ever see this, I think.